Second, guys, I'm just trying to set everything up. That's not close enough. Hang on. Hang on. That's better. Let's have a look. Hang on, guys. No, stop giving me scheduled. Hang on. Hang on, guys. I'm having trouble getting it off schedule. There we go. Hello, guys. Todd Boomer here, and welcome to the Stanley Powerball Ultra Deluxe Edition Part 2. Just give me a second while I do something. Hang on, guys. We live? Are we live? Hang on. Are we live? Someone comment a message just so I know that we're live and you can hear me. Can you hear me? I don't know if anyone can hear me. Not. Hang on. Just comment. Just someone comment saying that you can hear me, because I don't know if the audio is working or not. Can everyone hear me? Is the audio working good? I don't know if you... someone comment a message, because I don't know if the audio is working or not. Hang on. Okay, so you can hear me. Okay, that's good. Set the current time. What time is it now? So... Wait, is it AM? Guys, is it AM or PM right now? Ah, so it's PM. Okay, so... 3... So set it for 3:18. Hang on. Hang on, guys. There we go. 3:18 PM. Wait, what? Hang on! Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. You're welcome. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I really do. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell me what. I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and you see the screen, just set the clock to your favourite time. Go ahead. Pick whatever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, well, let's get back to the video game now. Okay, thank you. Oh my god.
Hi, TARDIS.
Gandra Sand. Hello, Gandra Sand. Welcome to the stream. Begin game. Wait, is this going to take me back to the start of the game or where I left it?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company.
Okay, we've already seen this. I don't know if it's going to take me back to where I last was, or if this will
You should be more famous.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay,
What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he simply missed a memo.
Okay, so has this just restarted me?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
So has this just restarted me from the beginning of the game? Oh, it has, hasn't it? This has just restarted me from the beginning of the game. Yeah, this has restarted me.
Did you know that Scott said that Fortnite is collaborating?
I did. They're doing a collab with Dead by Daylight. but that won't be happening until next year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this has just reset me back to the start of the game. Wait, do you have to save your... Wait, do you have to save... Wait, does the game save your progress? Oh, it didn't reset me. Okay. I wasn't sure if the game reset me or not.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I thought the game might have reset me, but it hasn't.
You should play the Deadpool game.
Are we talking about the Deadpool game on PS4?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
Yes.
Stanley walked upstairs to
Hang on,
his
one
boss's
second,
office.
Gandrasand. Do you mean... I've actually got the game on disc. Do you mean this Deadpool game? Because I've actually got it on disc. I actually have Deadpool on disc.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. When I finished Stanley
You do a
Parable,
video.
yeah, sure. When I've finished Stanley Parable, I will stream
But
Deadpool
Stanley
next.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that.
I don't know
In
how
such
to
a
get...
competitive economy,
Hang on.
why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
Is there a way I can donate?
Other strange observations.
I did consider...
For example,
Hang on.
why couldn't he
Give me a
see
second,
his feet
Gandrasand. This
when he
narrator's
looked
kind of
down?
annoying.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever
I don't
he
know.
went? And for that matter, these rooms were
Narrator,
starting to
stop
look pretty
talking!
familiar.
I'm trying
Were
to
they simply
speak!
repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
Which is
he
what?
just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled.
Okay.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an
Hang on,
explanation.
Gandrasand. I'll
His
answer you in a
co-workers
minute.
weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself,
I would love to donate £10 and more. You seem like such a nice guy. Thumbs up.
Thank you. I'll answer that. I do have something to say about, but I'll answer it in a minute. Just give me a... Wait for the narrator to finish. Hang on. The hell? What the hell?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical
My phone!
starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not
Oh my
woken
God.
up. How was he
I hate
remaining
this stand so
lucid?
much.
And then perhaps the
I hate this
strangest
phone stand
question
so
of
much,
all
it's so
entered
unstable.
Stanley's head. One he was
Hang on.
amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
I thought
Now
that
the voice
actually
was
broke my phone,
describing
Ben.
itself
I
being
actually thought that
considered
broke
by
my phone, Ben.
Stanley,
Oh my
who
God.
found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
I have no
he
idea what
thought.
to do at this point.
And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course,
I'm gonna tell my friends about you and subscribe.
Thank you. I will answer you about the money thing, about the donate thing, as soon as the narrator stops speaking.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all,
I think this is
he
a
knew for
AFK
certain
moment, so...
that this was in fact
Yeah.
a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars
Hello.
just a moment ago?
Hello, Jason.
How else would the voice explain all that?
I don't
this
know.
Voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it.
Hi,
He
Jesse.
would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt
I've never
the
seen
cool
this bit
weight of the
before.
blanket
I
on his
didn't do this
skin,
last time.
the press
This
of
is
the
new.
mattress on his back,
Wait, what?
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Okay.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
Okay.
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
Oh my god.
I want my apartment.
Do you have another game called A Way Out?
I do, yes, I do.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Hang on.
My life is normal.
Hang on.
I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Hang on, Gandrus, and I'll answer all your questions as soon as the narrator stops speaking, because he's actually starting to get really annoying.
I would love to see you play that with a friend.
Alright, Gandrus, now that's over.
Stanley began screaming.
Okay. There we go. Gandrus, and I do have a way out, but because it's a live stream, I'm not too sure how I would blur things out. Because A Way Out does have a lot of nudity, and I'm not too sure how I would blur that out on a live stream. But that would be a good game to do if there wasn't so much nudity. And the donate thing, more than once I did consider setting up a donate button. I did consider more than once setting up a donate button, but because I've only got 411 subscribers, I felt as though if I set up a donate button now, it'd feel as though I was taking it. It would feel as though I was taking advantage of my subscribers because I've only got 400. It just felt like I'd be taking advantage of you guys, and I don't want to do that.
Please,
that's just something I don't want to do. I just don't want it to seem like, because I've only got a small amount of subs, I don't want it to seem like I'm taking advantage.
You can have like a button for hiding your screen, like an emergency button.
You can have like a button for hiding your screen, like an emergency button. How do I do that, Jessam? How do I do that? But yeah, I just didn't want it to seem like I was.
Well, if you ever do, I would donate loads.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. I don't know, Gandrus-san. Let me think about it. Hang on. I might have a way. Wait. I might have a way of hiding my screen. So let me just do a little test. So Jessam, you can see my screen right now, can't you? So right now you can see my screen. I'm going to do a test, see if you can see my screen. Okay, so you can see the screen right now.
I can.
Okay, so if I minimize the game and go to my home screen on my PlayStation menu, can you still see the game? Okay. Okay, then because of that, I might. Okay, then because of that, because you can't see the screen, I might be able. Because of that, I might be able to do a no way out after. I might be able to do a no way out after Gandrus. After all, Gandrus, and so I'll definitely add it to the list.
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real.
Why is my screen going red?
Can anyone hear
Why is my screen going red?
Who am I?
Why is my screen going red?
Went black.
What? Sure, why not? Why is my screen going so red?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What? I'm sorry, what?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Mariella?
She rose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
Okay.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
Is that Stanley?
Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
All right.
And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
All right.
But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
Alright.
With very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Alright.
She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Called an ambulance.
And then she turned and ran.
You should have called an ambulance. Okay, so she just left me there dead. Okay, sure.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No
Alright,
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Alright, does anyone know how I can get back to the Adventure Line mission? I was doing the Adventure Line mission last stream, but since I've reopened my game, everything's been a little different. Wait an import. Wait, oh. Yeah, someone, I remember someone said every time I restart the game, come to this computer and activate that computer. But yeah, does anyone know how I can do the Adventure Line? Because, hello Lake Soup. The Adventure Line was the last mission I had to do. Hello Lake Soup. The Adventure Line was the last mission I had to do before I entered the new content door. So I'm not too sure.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, that was the last mission I had to do.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Unfortunately, Lake Soup,
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Unfortunately, Lake Soup, I don't have a donate button because I felt like if I set up a donate button too early, it would feel like I was taking advantage of you guys, and I just don't want it. I just don't want that. I just don't want it to seem like I'm taking advantage of everyone. So I've not set up a donate button yet.
It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I think I know how to get to the Adventure Line mission.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off.
I think I need to keep going that way to activate the Adventure Line. I'm pretty sure anyway.
Investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story
I think that is how I do it. I'm not too sure.
Subscribe.
Alright, thank you so much.
There's someone you've been neglecting.
Every subscription means a lot to me, it really does. So thank you.
Really?
I'll let you know when.
1K subs.
Yeah, I think when I get to 1K subs, I will. If I can get to 1K subs, if I can get to 1K subs, I'll definitely set up a donate button. I promise.
Why? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
Yeah, I think this is how to activate the Adventure Line mission, because that was the last thing I had to do before the new content.
Important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
I didn't.
Stanley walked through.
Do you have Deadpool?
I do have Deadpool, yes. Hang on,
Properly.
give me 1 second.
Stanley walked through the red door.
I do have Deadpool, yes. And just like Gandra Sand, I have promised that I promised that I will be streaming Deadpool right after I finish Stanley Powerball.
Listen to me.
Please.
So I will be playing it. I will.
You to be happy all this time. The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here.
Yeah.
Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Sure.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
If you're wondering why I'm skipping past everything, it's because I've already done this. I did this in the last stream.
Oh, no.
I got a majority of the endings in the last game. I'm just trying to get the last one before I move on to the new content.
We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't
No,
take
narrator,
this
no. This isn't your game. This is my game.
Oh,
It's my game.
no. What are you doing, Stanley? please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
I'm gonna watch the whole thing.
Alright.
My God, is this really how much you dislike
Yeah,
my game?
I streamed last
You'll
time
throw yourself from
where I
this
got about
platform over
4
and
to
over
5
to
of
get
the
rid of it?
endings.
You were
But the
literally
last one
willing
I
to
need
kill
is the
yourself to
adventure
keep me
line.
from
I'm just
being
not too
a
sure
thing.
how. I'm pretty
The
sure
situation
that's how I
correctly.
get this. I'm pretty sure that's how. I'm pretty sure this is how I get the
Maybe you're just
adventure
getting a
line.
kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
I'm not entirely sure
I just wanted us
what
to get along.
triggers certain
But I guess that was too much to
endings.
ask.
But
It looks like
yeah,
you
I'm
wanted to
pretty
make
sure
a
it's
choice
this.
after all.
That or it's just
Well,
getting all
this
the
one
other
is
endings.
yours.
I'm not, as I said, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, watch the other live stream if you want. It'll all help. Everything you do helps, guys. So thank you a lot.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Sorry, narrator.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh. Okay, there's 2.
Hi, Cardis.
Hello, Oliver. Welcome to the stream.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Narrator, we know. This is not the way to the meeting room, and I know
he
it.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, I'm trying to get another ending.
Yes, this room.
Well,
But
I'm
eager
guessing
to
it's
get
an ending.
back
I'm
to
not too
business,
sure
Stanley took
what the adventure
first
line
open
leads
door on
to.
his left.
Do you have Deadpool?
I do. Why
Stanley
does
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Why?
Look,
Okay,
Stanley,
guys.
I think perhaps we've
hold
gotten
on.
off on the wrong.
Gandra, Lake Soup, and Oliver. Why is everyone asking if I have Deadpool? Is it really that good
I'm
of a
not your
game?
enemy, really, I'm not.
That's 3 different
I
people
realize
that have asked me if I've got
investing your trust in
Deadpool.
someone
Is it
else
really
can be
that good of a
difficult,
game?
But the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
I have a game, but I've
Someone
not
you've
actually played it.
forgotten about. Please.
Is it really that good of a game?
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration
It's amazing.
for others? Are you
Alright.
convinced that I want
Yeah,
something bad
as soon as
to
I've
happen
done
to you?
Stanley Powerball,
Well,
I will be
I don't know how
streaming
to convince
Deadpool
you
next
of this,
Tuesday.
But I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Alright, because I've done the blue door, let me see
Thank
if
God you are willing to
I...
listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The 2 of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stan?
Changed my profile, are you?
I wanted to stop.
Oh, nice.
We would both be
I'm not
so much happier if we just stopped. And
The last thing I need is the adventure line, but I'm not entirely sure how to trigger
Let
it.
me show you.
Does anyone know, if you played Stanley Powerball or have seen it, does anyone know how to trigger the adventure line?
Do we want?
Because that's the last thing I need before new content, so I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That's literally the last thing I need.
Wait, where are you?
I'm going,
Ick.
yeah, the adventure line's literally the last thing I need, and I'm not sure how to do it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, wait. Wait. So is that carrying the bar thing on?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Wait, did that just restart the bar thing? I think it did, didn't it? Wait, did it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that just restarted the whole bar thing. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not sure how to trigger the adventure line, but...
New content?
Yes.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
New content.
But yeah, I'm just going to do the new content because I'm not too sure how to trigger the adventure line. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to figure out how to trigger it and do it in the next stream. I'll find out how to do the adventure line in the next stream, guys, because I'm not too sure.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Wait, what?
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Nice.
Search it up on YouTube.
I will do.
Critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Alright, Ultra
this
Deluxe.
Sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
So am I.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Absolutely. Not moving.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Guys, the narrator's more excited than I am.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious.
It's not started yet.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
I'm sorry, what? What?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle?
What? Wait, what? Really? Sure, I guess. Wait, what's gonna happen when I get to 0? What? Oh, nothing.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content.
I don't know.
Something else, right?
I don't know. I don't know, narrator.
Goodness. Another elevator.
Yeah.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there.
Please don't.
I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Wait, what?
That's it? You've got to be kidding me. You see,
Thank you for
Stanley,
enjoying the new content.
This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." The quality assurance department signed off on this. I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley.
Why?
I built up too much anticipation around the new content.
You was more excited than I was.
It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Sure.
What do you say, friend?
Oh, okay, never mind. Apparently I don't get a choice. Okay. What? What? I'm sorry, what?
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Oh, what is going on? Wait. Alright guys, looks like we've got a choice. Do we go... Alright guys, we've got a choice. Do we go into the vent? Or do we go through the door? Door or vent? Your choice, guys. Door or vent? It's all up to you guys. Door or vent?
Vent.
Wait.
More creepy, so it's more fun.
Okay. Is everyone down to go into the vent? Yeah? Alright. Vent it is. Alright.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got
Yeah.
me thinking about the past and how
Okay.
much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Alright.
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's
Oh my
developers
God.
won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Okay, guys. Why is this giving me Tomb Raider vibes? This is kind of giving me vibes of Tomb Raider. Doesn't this remind you guys of Tomb Raider?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Alright.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Hang on. Hang on, is this the map of Firewatch? Is this the map of Firewatch? This looks like the map of Firewatch. Is this the map of Firewatch? Looks like it. It actually looks like Firewatch. It really does. This looks like Firewatch. Oh my god.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port?
Ouch!
Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched?
No.
Back then, video games had integrity.
I didn't play it
Back
when it
then,
first launched.
It all meant something. Oh, the waste.
I never played the game when it first launched, I don't know. Pressurized gas. I'm guessing that's Steam. That looks like Steam. Okay. Wait, is that the game box? Wait, is that the PC version? Oh my god, that's cool. These are all the magazines you can find in the game. It earned an award. Oh wow. I had no idea it earned an award. The British Academy of Film and Television. Wait! That says The Last of Us! Guys, look, if you look at the Stanley, where it says Stanley Parable, if you look underneath, it literally says The Last of Us in category of story. This is a trophy for The Last of Us. Oh my god. The hell? Our first kiss, my first car. The release of Stanley Powerball in 2013. Oh my god. Good times. Oh my god. Smile because it happened. A trip down memory lane. Oh wow. Bro, this actually looks kind of cool. Is that a $1 bill? Why is there a $1 bill in the frame? Begin the demo. Wait, is this what the demo looked like? That's actually kind of cool. Don't go outside. Don't play the game for 5 years. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. What the hell? Oh wait, what's these? Nominee. Okay. Stanley Powerball deals tough choices. Okay. In loving memory, loving little Stanley. Is that a hamster? Who's little Stanley? I don't know who I don't know who little Stanley is. That looks like a hamster or a mouse. But whoever little Stanley is, R.I.P.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Yeah, it's a hamster.
The stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley?
I did, I read
Every
it.
game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And
I've not
now,
played them.
it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
It was good. Person of the year, Stanley. Oh, it's the buttons. It's all the different buttons. Stanley and his... Oh, no. Oh, that's the woman. For Scott K. Oh, wow. Is that like a bundle you can get from the game? That's actually kind of cool. Preparing snake oil salesman. Okay.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content.
Okay.
All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Okay. The serious room, what?
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games.
No.
I haven't looked at these in years.
Why?
I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
I'm not sure.
Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Don't know.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking.
It is thought-provoking only in the first minute.
To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remember.
You do get annoying, narrator.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
That's kind of true.
Well,
that's kind of true.
Yes.
The narrator does get annoying very quickly.
If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Listening to that patronising voice.
You can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive
the
reviews
hell?
of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been mine. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy rumination. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Really?
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's... Stanley!
Keep clicking it.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything.
Don't stop.
The hell? Why is smoke alarm going off?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their...
Narrator.
End is never the end, 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 is never...
Oh my god, shut up!
It's fine.
Oh wow. That shit was kind of nice.
No need to worry.
Now all the trees are dead, what the hell? Sure, this is weird. This is getting a little crazy. Okay. I don't know where we are anymore. I think the button's broke.
Now there is a need to worry.
Yeah. Okay, that happened. I have no idea where I'm even meant to be going. Where should I be going? I actually don't know.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
What? Okay. Oh my god. New content. Oh my god. We've got to see this.
You noticed my sign?
Yes.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
I'm very excited. Let's go. Let's see the narrator's new content.
Oh, exiting.
Absolutely.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable
Right.
and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be.
I don't know, it's been quite fun.
The Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So
Right.
forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Ultra
Which is why
Deluxe?
I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. Stanley Parable 2. Alright.
Yes,
The end
you
is
see,
never the end
isn't
again.
this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up, Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Stanley Parable 2 would be really good, to be honest. That would be a really great game.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
It does kind of, yeah.
Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the
More content.
Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
New hotness. Stanley Parable 2 would actually be really good. They're back. 2 doors instead. Oh my god. More TSP, better TSP. Stanley Parable 2 would actually be really cool. If they made a Stanley Parable 2, I would actually be there to see it. I would be there to stream it.
I
day it
haven't quite
comes out.
nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be. But
Alright.
let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Alright.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or
New
logical,
content.
really.
This is actually kind of cool. Oh my god. This is actually kind of cool.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Alright, let's have a look. The bottom that says the name of the player. Wait, what? A bottom that says the name of the player that is playing the game. There's no way. There's no way this game knows who's... There's no way this game knows my name. There's no way.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
There's
Isn't
no
that
way.
Wonderful.
There's no way. I'm sorry, but there's no way this game knows my name. There's no way. Guys, do you think there's any chance this game knows the name of the person playing it?
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to
I'm not
really
Jim.
simulate the full
My name is not
experience of
Jim.
this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we
Wow.
go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Kinda,
If
yeah.
so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
It really
Let's
wouldn't.
take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
Too
I'm
much
putting the
Jim, what?
button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
It can't even say my real name.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
I'll go up. I'm sorry, what? I'll go that way in a minute. Wait, what's this? The reassurance bucket. Wait, what? The reassurance bucket? What? What is the reassurance?
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical. that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
What is going on?
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Oh my god.
The
Why?
benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
Yeah.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Well, I hope Stanley Parable 2 has a better narrator voice, because this voice is really annoying. I hope they change the narrator's voice in number 2, because that would be good. So the voice isn't as irritating.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Please, no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday.
What?
Which would you go with?
Get Well Someday or Happy 12th Birthday Stepniece. Oh my god. Guys, which one do we go for? Get Well Someday or Happy 12th Birthday Stepniece? Get Well or Stepniece?
White one.
Get Well Someday. I don't know. It is a little derpy. Alright.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece, it is.
I didn't say that one! Oh my god.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
No.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
I thought I was meant to do all the jumps, sorry. Wait. Hang on, before I do that, I want to look what this is. Jump circle, this map, free trophy, settings world champion. Wait, where's that? Hashtag. I'm here. So, going through there. Wait, what? There's a high score. I don't think there is. Let's check out the infinite hole, and then I'll go to that one. This is wild. Guys, this is actually wild. Time and depth. Opening. Okay. Wait, what? Okay.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
The infinite hole. Guys, should we do it? Should we do it, guys? Should we go into the infinite hole? Should we go into the infinite hole, guys?
Yes.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
Okay.
Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the
Teleport
top,
button?
and we can continue onward.
What if I don't? What if I don't press the teleport button?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
Why?
Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why? What if I don't want to teleport?
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole?
It's infinite!
It is. It's an extremely deep hole.
It's called the infinite hole for a reason.
It isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite?
Yes.
Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
do you
From
mean?
one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole.
So it's
You
not
found
infinite.
out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Me?
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
No.
Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you,
Mostly
then go
infinite.
ahead and
Sure, why
press
not?
the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
Right.
I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Alright.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Why am I still carrying this bucket? I want to drop this bucket. I don't like it. I don't know why I'm literally being forced to carry a bucket. Alright, now let's check out the new and easy trophy. Get it right here. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new trophy. No more steps, it just works. Get yours right now. Okay. I want a trophy.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Why do I feel like there's more to it? Okay. How do I pull it? Oh.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not
It's
a wizard,
broken? What do you
but I
mean?
guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans
You said it
all
was
over the world
working.
who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
They said it was working. They said I'd get a free trophy. For free! Oh my god.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
That says exit this way. So let's see what's up here. Can you find them? What? Collect them all. Okay.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game.
What?
In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
What?
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What the hell? You don't get a reward for getting all the collectibles. Really? Why? There should always be a reward for getting all the collectibles. Okay. Wait, so is that...
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Wait, so are the collectibles actually in the map? Or do you have to just keep going back in? Can you find them all? Wait, so... Wait, so are the collectibles actually scattered through this level? Okay. Sure, why not? Guess we're doing a treasure hunt. Okay, treasure hunt then. Right. Wait, so are all the levels actually in the game? Wait. Or we're just in this level? I'm kind of curious now. I kind of want to see if I can find them. Wait, are you actually able to get all the collectibles? Or are they just... I don't know. Epilogue, that's the end. I'm actually kind of curious whether or not I can find these collectibles, because if these collectibles are actually collectible, that would be cool. See if it actually gives you something. Can you get other collectibles? Because I'm not seeing any. I'm actually not seeing any collectibles. Wait, do you have to go up here? Wait.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes,
yeah.
Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
End of the game? It'd go at the end of the game. Wait. So it says the exit's there. Okay, the exit's that way, so what's up here? Settings World Champion. Alright. So high scores. Alright, so basically people... Okay, apparently I can't do it. Okay. Why not? Something I was actually kind of looking forward to seeing. Who's got the best high score in the game about the speedrun? Who can speedrun the game fastest? I was actually kind of looking forward to that. I was actually kind of looking forward to that, seeing who's got the fastest speedrun.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I think so. I don't know.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Still
Yes, I
doesn't
know
look
it's
cool.
not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I
Yeah.
can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
Quite a lot of
There's
features look
definitely
cool.
a good
The jump
game in
circle
there
seems
somewhere.
interesting.
Say, let's do an experiment.
Alright.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Alright.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a...
The jump circle is back.
Yeah.
Gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game.
Right.
I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it.
Right.
Tastefully, of course.
Right.
With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Alright.
Would it possibly work?
Maybe.
I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
Alright.
Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? This actually looks kind of cool. This actually looks kind of cool.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Yes.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Yes.
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Alright.
And Stanley was happy.
Alright.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Stanley Parable 2.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Alright.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked,
Really?
frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh my God.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket.
Oh my God.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Maybe.
Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Oh my God.
How insightful. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Do I want to, though?
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh my God.
Good,
said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Yeah.
But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Wait, what? There's a collectible. Guys, there's a collectible! I didn't know that was there!
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
What? What is going on?
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Wait, what? Okay.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
What is going on?
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the lad, man. Press triangle, take us home. Oh my God.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Shouldn't support it in the game then, should you? Ignore life except for me.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? I don't know.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Oh my God, what is going on?
I'm having feelings. for the bucket.
What?
No.
What?
What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket?
No.
Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything
No.
it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
No. What is going on? What is going on?
I missed most of the stream.
It's alright.
Loudly crying face.
It's alright, totally. It's alright, totally socks. Don't worry about it.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Totally socks. Next, I'll be streaming on Friday, and then on next Tuesday, I'll be streaming the new Deadpool game. Well, Deadpool from PS4, which people have asked me to play.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
It's my bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
So you've discovered the Stanley Parable 2 stuff.
I have. The only thing I've not been able to do is the adventure line.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
The only thing I've not done is the adventure line, as I'm not too sure how to trigger it. Before I did try and
you found one of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
I did try and do the adventure line, but I wasn't too sure how to trigger it, so I think that's the only thing I've not done. I'm pretty sure the adventure line's the only thing I've not done.
The Stanley statues.
Yeah. I can't read any of that stuff.
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track.
295?
Nothing feels real anymore.
Alright.
The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
Okay.
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up.
Alright.
No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down.
Alright.
It doesn't make sense.
Evidence.
There's no
Evidence 252.
explanation for it.
Why evidence?
Still, haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure?
Bury it.
I can monetize it. Yes.
What?
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the
Random
bucket.
fact, the bucket is a demigod.
Really?
Is my golden
Really?
ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me. What's that? Who's there?
The hell? Gambarata. I'm guessing that's what the demigod's called. Okay. Okay, that's interesting.
Trying getting out of bounds with the bucket through one of the windows.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
How do I get out the window?
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away
Try.
as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek.
Oh,
Could his
wait, what?
co-workers really all be gone?
Wait, how do I climb over the desk? Wait. Wait, is there a way is there a way I can climb up the table? I could do it over here, but... Oh. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what?
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that
What?
pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now,
What?
and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay,
Oh my
if
God.
only it had been stronger,
What?
of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man,
No.
to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more.
Oh my God.
There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket?
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambharata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
What? What? Where? Wait, can I see it?
My God, Stanley, you did it.
What?
You saved us from the bucket.
What?
Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and
What
we'll
is going
agree to
on?
never again go trifling with
Not the
this
bucket.
nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Dark magic? What? I'm so confused. So the bucket was a demigod who wanted to escape. I'm confused.
How
Okay.
long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself.
The bucket was alive.
Days?
Ah.
Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Yeah. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure. Why not? Wait, what? Wait, what? Places to search. Stairs, something to with stairs. Somewhere both red and blue. Nearby fireplace, a private but smelly place. A private but smelly place for an important person. I think I know. I think I know where they are.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here. So he turned around and got back on. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. Yep. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
A Stanlerine. I got a Stanlerine. Oh my god. Okay, let's go to the boss's office and get the other stuff.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1?
I don't know.
Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Alright. Then it said another one was...
It took a full year to make all of the old content have different outcomes if you're holding the bucket.
Really? That's kind of cool. Wait, it took a full year to make all of the old content have different outcomes if you're holding the bucket. I'm gonna have to try that.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
It said near a fireplace. It said that one of them was near a fireplace. Is that not here? I don't even know. Oh.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlerines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one. And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anlerines. None of us can.
Figure Anlerine, what? Oh my god. Figure Anlerine. Figure Lanurine? I don't even know. I don't even know.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
I'm going to get this ending, and then I'm going to leave it till... Then I'll leave it till next week to finish.
All content is compatible with the bucket.
Straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this till next week. I can't see. What? I'm sorry, what?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, I might after this. I'm gonna end it here, and I'm gonna leave it till next week to get all of the bucket endings as well.
The lights rose on an
Because I think
enormous
this might
room
take some
packed with
time
television
to
screens.
get every ending
What
with the
horrible
bucket.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Maybe.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
427 there.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
No, I've got my own free will.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
No.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
No.
It was unthinkable. Wasn't it?
Yes.
Was it even possible?
No.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I hope not.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never...
I don't know if this is going to be the exact same ending as the first one I got, or if it'll be different because of the balloons and everything in the game.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Mm-hmm.
Was it over?
Yeah, I'm going to end... after this, I'm going to end it here. And continue Astrobot on Friday, followed by the rest of the endings on this.
Himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
You know,
how had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
We know.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps
no, Stanley wanted freedom.
Not been to understand,
Stanley wanted freedom.
But to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation.
Hang on. If I quit back to menu, will this bring me back here? Because clearly this is the same. So if I quit back to menu, will this bring me back to... Yes, it will. Okay. This will keep going until I get all the endings and the last figurine, I believe. Yeah. So I'm going to end this here, guys. I'm sorry you got here a bit late, Totally Socks, but it's fine. I'll be carrying on at 3:30 next Tuesday to get the bucket endings and hopefully the adventure line. But thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next